So I think it'll be very interesting where he lands in the draft. I do think talent-wise, his uber talent could land him at the end of the first round, early second round from probably one of them teams I just talked about. Well, I hope y'all are enjoying the show. And again, remember, get Gordan, get it done. Y'all can for sure go to getgordangrads.com for all of our high school seniors. We're giving away laptops just for you. You can go to their Instagram as well. Check out some of the videos on at Get Gordan Instagram. And remember, New Orleans, we getting Gordan down here, baby. 504-800-8888. If you have been involved in a car accident or you had a personal injury at work, get Gordan, get it done. Well, y'all know the jam. Get Gordan.
Come on.
We're jamming off that thing early at the beginning of the segment. Well, look, y'all don't go nowhere because all that dancing I was doing, I done worked up an appetite. But I don't want to go fried chicken. I think I want to take the vegan route. That's right, Two Phat Vegans, that is. We'll be joined by local restaurant, Two Phat Vegans. Our guy Corey's going to sit down and talk with us.
Nice.
The way in New Orleans we can eat healthy, drink healthy, enjoy ourselves, that seasoning, that cuisine that we have here down south. And Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, we about to be grubbing in the trenches.
Again?
So, y'all don't mind me, tasting the food on. I hope you can just, by watching, you can just smell how good the food is, baby. It's going down. It's inside the trenches, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Y'all don't go nowhere, baby. We'll be right back here, live at Loyola Studios. Hello, somebody.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Hello, somebody. A remix. For the radio. From LA to LA, they yelling hello, fade. Big dog, smooth cat with some mellow waves. In the 10th grade, I used to rock the mellow braids. Private school at the time, they wanted us with fades. Then the dog went to West Jeff. Marsh Wolf step, big with the pep step. You could call me Lucky Left, do it for my churn. I'ma do it for my neph. Do it for the hood when I march clear step. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, I'ma be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, you gon' be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. I gotta represent. Fave in this thing, I'ma make it make sense. You can shake a leg for me, move them arms for me. Chopper style with it. Oh yeah!
Love is the key. I love showing love. I love being me. I love meditating cause it set my mind free. Tell them kids stay in school, ain't no love in the streets. Take them back to the good old days. We rock polos with the good old J's. From New York to New Orleans, they say, yeah, that's him. They like me. I want them to love me like they love Slim. But hello, they saying Chopper, it's your turn now. Keep your foot on the gas and never turn down. But I remember being turned down. The ones who counted me out, oh, they gon' learn now. Oh yeah, how to treat somebody. Never know when you gon' need somebody. If they hate, let them hate. When opportunity come knocking your way, just remember to say, hello, somebody. Yeah, she about to work that body. But when you shake, can't be lazy. Told her go Kanye crazy. Oh yeah, hello, somebody.
Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, I'ma be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, you gon' be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello. Get from that 504 to LA. Come on. Get from that 504 to New York. Get from that 504 to Chicago. Skip to that 504 to LA. Skip from that 504 out down. Skip to that 504 down to Houston. Skip to that 504 down south. third coast. Work out. Somebody. Now won't you work out. Somebody. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, I'ma be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello, somebody. Yeah, I'ma move my body. Yeah, you gon' be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello.
Inside the trenches.
Here is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them, for the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before in state-of-the-art recording, news, and editing studios. Created just for you. Learn skills that will never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you are always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you are always meant to break them. Become the creative professional you are destined to be at the Anchor Institution for the Creative Economy. This is a stage, a world stage. New Orleans, culture rich. Loyola, hands-on access. Make the next move. Perform and work immediately. We do things differently. Use your creativity to impact society. Expand your mind. Be with and for others. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Well, hello, somebody. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Favorite. And I think it's time for the segment we do called Grubbing in the Trenches, baby. Yes, indeed. We're going to get that thing started. But before we start grubbing in the trenches, well, just me, because CL, he want you to hear later when he get home. See this dude here, bro. See how you people do it? But before we do that, we do want to take the time to thank our sponsor, Health Nut System. Dr. Kendra, you're going to love this meal right here, baby. It's a full vegan meal, and it'll go right along with your good products, whether it's sea moss. She has a new Zen 1 that acts as a weight loss product for us. Her clients are going crazy, seeing results after less than a week. So if y'all want to learn more about her products, y'all can visit stillbody.org, or you can
Go to her Facebook, Instagram, Health Nut One. But listen, the products are good and it is off the chain. Something's looking really good right now, baby.
Smelling really good.
It's smelling really good. It is almost time to get into this grubbing in the trenches. But before we do that, I have to welcome on our next guest. Our next guest is the owner of Two Phat Vegans right here in the New Orleans area in the French Quarter. The food smells delicious. We want to give a warm welcome to Corey Mathis, the Inside the Trenches. Cole, welcome on, baby.
Right,
Thank you.
Yeah,
welcome
right.
on.
Having me, brother.
Welcome.
Now, before I get to diving in, what do I have here in front of me?
Well, you got a bowl of vegan gumbo.
Come on.
Okay, vegan gumbo.
It's not vegetable soup like most people
Oh.
have, with zucchini and all that. It's actually vegan sausage and chicken,
Okay.
right? Vegan gumbo. And you
Okay.
also have our world famous hot sausage po' boy.
Vegan
Po'
hot
boy-
sauce.
Vegan hot sausage
Come
po'
on.
boy.
Hold on now.
This is the best po' boy on the planet, brother.
Oh,
Hot
say that
sausage,
then.
Vegan or not, best hot sausage po' boy on the planet.
Come on.
I mean, people will tell you, whoever have it, they Google, you go on Google, they write about it. And in 2025, Google sent us a letter saying we were top 10 restaurants in all of New Orleans, not just vegan restaurants, that's all New Orleans.
That's big,
restaurants. That was huge.
That's very big.
Yeah, man, I got that letter. I was saying, man, who I owe now? I opened it up and said, oh, man, I got to send this to my mama.
Yeah,
She
you
got to
right.
see this.
Mama got to
Right,
see this.
man. And I only been a little over a year over there in the French Quarters, but
Okay.
the people responding, bro, they
Wow.
responding. They like the food.
That-
Doing good.
That is amazing, brother. Obviously, you know, I'm from New Orleans, born and raised, and I understand the culinary seriousness of this area. And to get a letter saying that you're a top 10 restaurant in New Orleans is beyond impressive, brother. Beyond
man.
impressive.
I'm sorry.
Keep grabbing. I'm gonna ask you a
Go ahead.
Yeah. How did you get into the vegan world, brother?
Well, first, my father raised us tried to raise us vegetarian,
He tried.
right? But you know, this and that. I'm telling my age, but this in the 70s, late 70s and the 80s, right? So, but when all the kids got Big Macs and Happy Meals, this is when all this was coming out,
Right.
and you eat Morningstar Grillers. You know what I'm saying? I rebelled, brother. I couldn't take it. I was like, as soon as I get a chance to make my own decisions, I'm gonna eat some meat.
Right.
You know, and then half my family did eat meat, and the other half, my father's side, they mostly was vegetarian due to Adventist religion. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So once I rebelled, I just ate whatever I wanted, you know, for a long time. Then I got a health scare. I wound up getting an ulcer over my ankle. Couldn't figure it out, brother. At the time, I was building Walmarts and Sprouts all over the country. I had a small team. I bring them with me everywhere I go. So I'm setting up Airbnbs. I'm in your city for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I'm going to the next city. So I didn't have time for that, but I was wrapping that thing with gauze. I'm working at night, off in the morning. I wrap that thing and go. And finally, I was like, man, they gonna cut my leg off if I keep doing it, because it kept getting bigger.
Right.
So when I came home and my mama put me on with Dr. Sabi, and then I said, man, she said, you gotta try this. And he was saying that animal blood was corrupting my blood. Stop eating animals and eat alkaline-based fruits and vegetables. So I did. And it healed it in less than 30 days, bro.
Wow.
And I was on this, I'm talking about this was 2 years.
Wow,
Come
yeah,
on.
been
It was
suffering.
going on 2 years with suffering with this, bro. And I just was ignoring it. Like, I mean, I was in serious pain, but I was like, man, I ain't got time for pain. I got a family to feed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, so once it healed, I just never ate meat again. Then I ran into another issue. I had nowhere to eat.
Right.
Most of the vegan places, they wasn't seasoning the food. And by me growing up vegetarian, I know how, you know, it wasn't a trend or a fad for us. This was a lifestyle for them. So I said, look, I could do better than this. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I said, I ain't gonna make it if I don't get a hot sausage. So I went in the lab, came up with the hot sausage. And then once I had the hot sausage, I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna share this with the world. And New Orleans responded like, man, they can't believe it. People around there meet me and say, You the man with the hot sauces. Like, come on, get it.
Come on, get it.
If y'all are just tuning in Inside the Trenches, we're joined by Corey Mathis, the owner of Two Phat Vegans. Y'all be sure to check them out on Instagram at Two Phat Vegans. Delicious. Corey, I've heard about you before I met you, so it is a pleasure to finally meet you. The gumbo is off the chain, y'all. For the gumbo lovers out there, you want a nice, healthy gumbo. All your vegetables in there. I taste that good okra in there.
Oh, yeah.
I saw something that looked like a sausage. Now, normally that's beef sausage for me or what have you. And it tastes, talk to me.
It's a plant-based sausage. I have plant-based sausage and plant-based chicken in there.
Okay.
You know, most of the vegan places, they try to do all vegetables. So you want gumbo, and it'll be carrots and zucchinis or something, and they'll say it's in a roux, it's gumbo. But what we do, I try to make things authentic to the actual dish. Because if you have a craving for gumbo and you're vegan, and you go get this other vegetable soup masking as gumbo, even if it tastes good, when you finish, you still have the craving for gumbo, right? So I use plant-based meats to make it taste authentic to gumbo, just so you don't break your diet. You know,
Right.
It's more important to stay with your diet than, fulfill that craving. You feel that craving, and then you can move on. You know, I try to tell people, try to do 3 days raw, like 3 day salad, but you break it up. So if you do a 1 day salad, next day food, 1 day salad, next day food, you could do a 3 and 4 till you get to the point where you could do 4 and 3, and you will have a healthier digestive system. You know what I mean? If you eat meat, or even if you eating vegan stuff.
Right. No, real quick. Okay, so, yeah, this is definitely off the chain. For the folks, this is a Louisiana-based podcast. Shouts out to our people out in Baton Rouge watching.
For sure.
Because they're going to be down here for the French Quarter Fest. He's right there in that area. And shouts out to my New Orleans people who has to have a hot sausage po' boy. It has the authentic flavor to it.
Yes, sir.
It does. And to gulp it down, we have this. When I first saw it, I'm like, boy, this the ghetto punch. But this not the ghetto punch.
No. This our all-natural fruit punch. It's all fruit and agave. It's no sugar added. It's just straight fruit and agave.
Right.
And agave is the sweetener. And man,
I definitely taste the fruit as far as the agave, and I can definitely tell there isn't any sugar in it, but it's naturally sweet.
Right. The good thing about that punch is, like, when you drink it, you say, "Oh man, I taste the strawberry." Then you might taste another sip and then, that's coconut. Like it seemed like the fruit hitting you at different times when you try to figure it out. But yeah, man, that thing is popular. And I got a lot of customers in Baton Rouge. They got people who travel from Baton Rouge on the weekend for that hot sausage.
Oh, I believe that.
I mean, religiously, bro. They coming on the weekend. They say, I'm here.
Religious.
Right. You know, look, when I was living up north, I was like, man, I used to send home for buckets of that thing. You know, I had to get that pad. Like, send me some hot sausage. So when I turned vegan, that definitely was a priority for me. You know what I mean? To maintain that diet.
Right.
I needed that.
Well, brother, I'm a firm believer that God doesn't make many mistakes. I'll actually tell a story of how we met. I happened to be shopping, and this good brother walked up on me and was like, "You look like you somebody." So I'm paraphrasing. I was like, yeah, I do my little thing or whatever. I said, and then he ran it. He said, man, I got a vegan restaurant, and we in the French Quarter and we doing our thing. I said, well, you know what, brother? I would love to have you because down here in New Orleans, we are, we paralyzed by the food that we must have. It's not just, in New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And some of the things we eat are not the best for us. I do believe that we're in the top 5 in obesity and high blood pressure. And I think this situation is momentous for us because we do need to learn about alternatives.
Yeah.
And when I met you, that's the first thing that came to my mind, an alternative. But brother, give us the information of alternative foods. Since you've already gave us the great hot sausage that all New Orleanians love.
This is us.
Give us the alternative of other foods and tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, well, some of the dishes that we create, right? It's pretty much the same principle. You just substitute it with a plant-based meat, right? But if you want to be truly healthy, you can't even eat too much of that, right?
Right.
That's why I always tell people raw is the way to go, right? If you could do more raw than cooked food, right? That's you. Like my father always tell me, say, if you eat live, it's gonna give you life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So most of us, we cook all the nutrients out the food. Even when we do have vegetables, we wind up cooking it down. And if you down here, they gonna cook it down and put a piece of ham hock in that.
Yeah, I believe it.
They gonna add some soap meat and something
Like a
in that thing,
dog.
right?
Like a
So
dog.
we want to try to stay away from cooked food sometimes. If you do, like I said, I try to do a 3 and then 4. But if you mix it up, you won't even miss it. And you'll be surprised on the body transformation. For one, you're gonna drop weight. You're gonna get down more than your natural weight. You know what I mean? Right. And it won't be such a stress because you're going one day, skipping a day. It's almost like intermittent fasting. You know what I mean? How you just skipping things and going. But when you do have those cravings, you're gonna have to eat something, right? So if you substitute, use the same principle of how you cook. Cause I make jambalaya, I got all that stuff, right? Same style jambalaya that we would have. I just substituted with a plant-based meat, so the people from New Orleans could still have those things without saying, "Man, going vegan is too hard. I can't eat what I want to eat." Right. But when it come down to it, like when my leg was messed up and I had to change, I had to say, "Man, I ain't got nothing to lose but my leg, and I want that."
Right.
Right. So you're gonna have to look at yourself and say, "Hey, is this really worth it?" And right now they playing so many games with our food,
right?
Putting all these chemicals in it, and you know what I mean. You got to really make some decisions and think about long term. And people always say, "Well, you gotta die of something." I said, "Yeah." I done lived in New Orleans. I done been all through Africa. I done lived in Baltimore City. I done lived in some rough places, bro. And I survived through all of that. I'm not about to get took out by no ham sandwich.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I gotta adjust.
Hello, somebody.
Especially in my age, I'm 52, bro.
Bro.
I got
you don't look it, brother.
And kids in their 30s and grandkids, brother. I want to play with them. I want to be around, so I have to adjust. And then, I've tasted it. Pretty much everything there is to taste.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people, like, this diet is more exciting than the regular diet because people who eat meat usually eat the same dishes over and over again.
Yeah.
So with this, I'm able to experiment and try new things and, new tastes, stuff that you probably would never even attempt if you wasn't going into a different lifestyle, a different way of cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I got a million questions for you. I know we don't have much time, but all right. When folks go to Too Phat Vegans, and I know you have the gumbo option, they got fruit punch option, the hot sauce was off the chain, bro. Look, that is the blessing on the back end, right? Look, I got one half left, the other half gone, right?
Like a dog.
So it's delicious, y'all. I definitely just smashed my half of the sandwich. What are some other options? I did try other places. I really like that black bean burger. I don't know if y'all do one.
I got an awesome black bean burger.
Talk to me.
I got a black bean burger. It has a smoked Gouda, grilled red onions on a brioche bun, fully dressed. I got a mushroom po' boy that's so mean, bro.
Wow.
I put it up against any shrimp or oyster po' boy you got.
Come on.
I've
right
never even
now,
heard of
I got a fried mushroom po' boy, and I'm talking about, bruh.
Come on.
They come for that thing.
You
wouldn't be like, what? I also do fried eggplant.
Okay.
We put that on the po' boy. Any one of our sandwiches, we put it on a po' boy. We put it in a wrap or on bun. I have like 3 different types of buns. So we have all those type of dishes as well. You know what I'm saying? I got a vegan fish sandwich. For this French Quarter Fest coming up, right? I got a vegan salmon. That's so crazy. I could put it next to a piece of salmon, and you're going to say, man, wait a minute. You lying.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring back the vegan salmon and a vegan steak. I'm gonna have a vegan steak dinner.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I got vegan shrimp. I got a bunch of different stuff, man, like that. Vegan desserts.
I was going to talk to you about
Oh
that.
man, my desserts are really good. I actually got the building next to me where I'm doing desserts at now, right?
Okay.
And I got 2 different pastry chefs. I don't do baking. I just don't have the time. I can if I wanted to, but I don't have the time. I outsource. It's always better if I have a platform. Any platform I ever had, I always shared it, right? So I share with the people who specialize in those things, and they got some delicious desserts. So we next door there, and we're gonna also have vegan Easter baskets for Easter. So people with the kids who want to participate in Easter, but their parents are like, you ain't eating that stuff. I have vegan Easter baskets for them. So it's chocolate bunnies and all of the stuff that you would get for Easter, but it's all vegan, plant-based stuff.
Well,
Candy.
Well, brother, that menu sounds amazing. To somebody that has been blessed enough to eat at all these top 10 restaurants in New Orleans, I've never in my life heard of a mushroom po'
Me
boy
neither, bro. I
or
can't wait
vegan
to try
salmon or even vegan steak, to be honest with you. Please, brother Corey, tell the people where you're at, where you're located, and tell them what's next for Too Fat Vegan.
Okay, we're at 1303 Decatur Street, right? And at 1301, what's next for us, we're putting the pastry place right next door, right? And we also we do concerts and stuff. So we also at 435 Esplanade. We're doing a concert doing French Quarter Fest with a local rapper, Nino Calvin. He's going to do his Nino Fest there. And we always in the mix with live music. So we always bring in artists to play outside the store at night. So if you ever come through that night, you'll see we have artists out there playing talented musicians, brother. So we
This
always
is
into
New Orleans.
something. Yeah, we gotta
get
mix
up
the
out there.
food with the music and the culture, brother. Right. We also have the Indians doing a platform over there where we about to start a tour with the Indians, the Mardi Gras Indians.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
A bead class to teach the tourists how to bead and teach them about our culture with the Indians and stuff. So we got some stuff coming up for the community that's really good, man.
Yeah, Corey, I love what you're doing. This is exciting. I can't wait to come out there and perform with the crew over here. We're gonna have some fun with that. And I like what you said. We're doing it for the culture. Sure. Like the meal you brought in here. This is our culture. What folks in Louisiana love, particularly in New Orleans, gumbo and hot sausage
and in Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah, Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah, Baton Rouge is the same way. So when y'all come down here, y'all be sure to find the Too Fat Vegans. Y'all gonna be in Jackson Square, like y'all gonna have your own booth.
Well, I'm right across the street.
That's right.
I've been blessed not to have to even be in the thing. The stage is, when I open the door, I'm looking at the stage.
Right.
By the Jazz Museum. I'm right across the street from the Jazz Museum.
Right.
So, I mean, I could get behind their gate, but I'm going to be looking at my place. I'm still right there. So I don't have to get in there to be a part of it, which is a blessing for us. You know what I mean?
See, I know what we're going to post up for
for
Quarter
sure.
Fest, baby, right over there.
I'm going to tell you something people don't know. Was a sleeper. That end doing Mardi Gras on that end?
Come on.
That's a whole nother Mardi
It's
Gras.
a party. It's a different Mardi Gras, brother.
Come on.
Since I've been on that end, I was like, man, look, we are under the bridge on St. Charles. You come on that end?
A whole different.
They do their own parade.
Wow.
You're like, what they doing? They build their own little floats and wagons, and it's so crazy, brother. If you say, man, you only see this stuff in New Orleans, bro. You don't see this nowhere else, bro. New Orleans.
Right. I love this situation, brother. I love this interview right now. I can't wait to go and watch it myself. Recently we've had a back and forth with who has the best food, New Orleans or the 337, Opelousas, Lafayette area. Now we have a weapon. Now we have a tool to assert us once again, assert dominance once again. we have two fat vegans
That's
on our
right.
side. Not only are we giving healthy alternative foods, we're giving just as good as tasting foods in this
is.
war against 337 Lafayette and Appaloosa.
You heard it, Cupid. You heard it.
Come on.
You heard it.
They know who I'm talking to.
Uh-huh.
They know who I'm talking to.
I'm gonna call him out, Allie.
We got a higher gun now.
Yep.
We got a hot sausage and a vegan gumbo.
This the real deal, my boy.
Like a dog.
Hey, I put that hot sausage up against any meat hot sausage.
I'm being
they
real
got.
with you.
Come
That
on.
thing was good.
Any day.
I can't
And
wait.
guess what? I always tell them, this is going to be the tester. After we finish, we're going to drink a warm Coca-Cola and go in the elevator and burp loud as we can with people in there.
And we
And we're
gonna
going to see who, everybody else
"Oh,
going to be
you
like,
must
whoa, what
have
you been eating?
Yeah.
They ain't going to know
love
you ate
outside.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No more
All them
five
greases
sides.
and oils up in your stomach, got your stomach now. And that ain't going to happen with that.
Right.
You
Crazy.
know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
man, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you,
the show. One thing we like to do with our guests, especially when it's their first time here, that's your camera right there.
Okay.
You're a business owner in the area, bro. You have a successful vegan restaurant. You got a lot to share with people, man. What you could tell the folks out there to motivate them.
Oh, man, listen, I could tell you, don't give up. And don't let money be the thing to stop you. Go for it. The money gonna come. That's something my father told me. He said, that's what you want to do? You do it. Don't worry about the money. The money gonna come, and you'll be surprised where the resources come from. You know what I mean? They come from out of everywhere. I watched my father do that. He said, I'm gonna build something in Africa. He did it. That was 30 years ago, man. We got a compound in Tanzania, Usa River, for orphans who lost both parents to AIDS and HIV. Wow. We've been there for 30 years. We got a bread company over there, back and forth. And he said, look, they don't know I do this with no money. People come out and support. When they see you passionate about what you want to do and you serious about it, be serious. And everything else gonna fall in line. Don't hang with the jokers. Be serious about your dream.
That's real.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's wise words, baby.
Powerful words, baby.
Definitely. Well, Corey, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Listen, y'all treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself,
Don't cheat
baby.
yourself.
1303 Decatur, right?
Decatur Street.
Decatur Street, right there in the heart of the French Quarter. Go to
Pat's out of business.
Go to two Fat Vegans.
Yes,
They
sir.
open till 1 o'clock. So after y'all finish
That's
checking
important.
us out,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
could go shoot on over there. I'm telling you right now. I hope I teased you a little bit with that hot sausage po' boy, but definitely make your way there, brother.
Yep.
Two Fat Vegans, man. We're gonna be there. I can't wait to go perform Hello Somebody
For sure.
out there in
Oh,
the
yeah.
French Quarter. It's gonna be a showing for sure. Man, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you,
the show.
brother. Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for noticing me.
Oh, man.
There you go, big timer.
I think we both was getting hats.
Yeah.
You know, that's my only thing. I collect these hats with my logo on it. I like to see
Okay.
my logo on hats.
I know that's
and stuff.
right.
So I'm
For
like,
sure.
That is clean.
oh, yeah, man.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe we'll name a sandwich after me.
I know
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. Hey, look.
Well, look, y'all
we
don't.
come up with something. We can do that.
Uh-huh. Well, look, y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Inside the Trenches. We'll be joined by Mario Jerez. Talk a little Pelicans basketball. And, man, they got some action going out there in LSU. So y'all don't go nowhere, baby. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Well, time does fly when you're having yourself a good time, baby. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Favorite, and we are live here at the Loyola Studios Monday night, baby. And remember, y'all can catch us every Monday night. We get this thing started at 6:30 p.m. Sometimes we go a little over because we could talk, baby. Now, we might go a little over today because our next guest is no stranger to the show, baby. Our next guest is none other than my good buddy, Mario Jerez, Pelicans Spanish radio, Saint Spanish radio.
Come on.
I think he might do the Spanish broadcast for the flag football game that we're going to do
Mario.
too. Mario, brother, as always, bro, we love when you come on the show, brother. Thanks you once again for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. And for what it's worth, I am about that. Let's get some bandera football, get some touchdowns out there. I'm down, man. Y'all need a play-by-play guy. Hit me up.
Straight up, man. And big ups to our sponsor, Conquer Sports Pros. Remember, you can visit csportspros.com. Consultation for recruiting, navigating that whole process, media training, everything from personal training to, not personal group training. We do private one-on-one D-line and O-line sessions, but we do our sessions Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays each week. Y'all visit C Sports Pros for more information. And then we're putting together that flag football game. That would be dope. I'm going to have to talk to Tim Kerner and them about that as well to get some more of our broadcasters out there. That would be pretty cool for the kids.
It would be.
Mario's been a minute since we caught up. The Pelicans went on a little run.
Mm-hmm.
You get Murray back. The team is starting to pick up a little bit, but then we go on a losing streak. Now basically the end of the season, we got till middle of April. So what's your thought process on this Pelicans team March to now and then going into the next season?
Well, there are definitely some positives, like you said, and you saw that in the weeks leading up. They were winning some more games. They're losing some more games now, and they have a lot of talented players, but they still don't have really like a set rotation. Like if the Pelicans were competing for something, if they were getting ready to go to the postseason, you would definitely see the rotation shrink. But that makes sense, right? You got nothing to lose. You want to learn the rest of your team. And you've seen a lot of good contributions, not just from the core guys, but guys like Carlo Matovic giving you really good minutes.
Sure.
McGowan's hasn't been playing as much recently, but early on he was giving you some good minutes. And it's been a well-rounded team, but it's still been kind of like jumbled. Like a lot of pieces to the puzzle, but not really putting it together. And you had to have the conversation about Zion. You can't have this talk without having that conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because the good news is he's healthy. That's first and foremost, right? The guy's going to play in 60-plus games for just the second time in his career. But he's got career lows across the board. He still doesn't – he's not in the game at crunch time all the time. And he just kind of seems – comparing it to his past career, comparing him to Zion Williamson that we've seen in the past, he's just been kind of passive, I feel like, or not as effective. It's not translating to winning. So, in other words, he's out there, which is awesome. But it's not the Zion Williamson that we have seen before. And that definitely has to be a factor when you're having long-term conversations about the future of this basketball team.
All right. Well, every time you come in, I must state it. Mario is probably one of my favorite guests to come on. He gives us so much Pelican information where I can actually relax and sit back and just let him run it. He actually has on possibly the one Pelican hat that I did not receive to the people that's responsible for that. Y'all know what's up. But I think you touched on something very important, Mario. In my opinion, I believe Zion has really shown who he is now, and that's actually not necessarily a star, but a role player. And unfortunately, I think we've adjusted his contract with lack of guaranteed money, and I don't think we're so hamstrung with him in his contract to actually get rid of him. Two-part question. Do you think Borrego is the right coach for this team moving forward? And how, in your opinion, do you think we could get rid of Zion, and not in a negative way, but move on from Zion and still be a successful team?
Well, your first question, I think undoubtedly that would be the best move for the Pelicans. If anything, just because you need some continuity, man. And I know this is a Zion question here, but that would be his fourth different head coach, or his fifth different head coach, actually, if you bring in somebody besides James Borrego. So especially an organization like this that people say is unstable, they kind of have that reputation. It's it's good to have some kind of continuity. So I would definitely stick with Borrego. I think he might get some interest from other teams to be their lead assistant, if not be their head coach with the work that he's done this year. So that's just my opinion. I'm not saying the team feels that way, but if I'm the Pelicans, I'd definitely try to keep James Borrego. And then with Zion, you can kind of take your time, honestly, because he's only in the second year, I believe, of his max contract, and his value is as high as it's ever been. You can still make it even higher, and you can have him on the team, I think, next season, starting with next season. And if he continues to stay healthy, if you think that he can become that star when the Pelicans are playing meaningful basketball again, because right now they're not, then you can go forward with Zion. If you choose to do that, you definitely got to make some adjustments to the roster. But either way, they can kind of take their time and either keep him on the team or let his trade value go up. Because right now, what are you getting for Zion? You know, he's had one healthy season. Like I said, second time in his career playing 60-plus games. But can you even get a first-round pick for him? Can you get a starting caliber player? The Pelicans had to have these internal conversations and go from there. But the good news is he's out there. He's either going to be your franchise guy, or eventually you are going to make a move and make a change with the direction of this team.
I like what Borrego is doing. I think, taking his team over the way he had to and still accumulating some respectable wins says a lot. I do like the energy surrounding this team, too. Like, it seems like a big coat of bad energy got off the team. You got some young talent like Fears. Missy is in his second season. So it does look like a perfect picture for the Pels going into the next season with a young team, guys that's balling out. But if not Borrego, do you see any coaches, maybe assistant coaches out there that might be a good fit? And I asked this question in a not in a sense like he's going anywhere. Like, I think he's doing a great job, but even from a perspective of assistants on a team, like, say, for instance, hypothetically speaking, next season, Borrego's our guy. Do you see any assistant coaches that could be an asset to the team with the young talent we have?
To be honest with you, I don't think I have any specific names. I'm not really as brushed up with my NBA assistants right now, but I'll tell you, it definitely will be somebody in that mold. Like, Mike Malone is not going to be the head coach of the Pelicans.
And that's who I wanted.
Exactly, me too, in a perfect world. But hey, yeah, that's not going to happen. So it would be somebody in that mold, like a Willie Green, somebody who's up and coming, somebody who's hungry to have their own team. And for what it's worth, I mean, just being honest, the Pelicans are not the most desirable attraction because of that instability, not because there's not long-term potential. They can become good, and hopefully a young coach sees the opportunity there. But you're not going to lure in a Chris Finch or a Mike Malone or somebody like that. It would be somebody in the mold of Willie Green that's up and coming and that's hungry for that opportunity. But for what it's worth, I think Borrego is a fine coach. He is the first Latino full-time NBA head coach. I just want to point that out. Yes.
That's fire. Yeah.
We've talked a lot about that a lot on the Spanish broadcast. Did a good job with the Hornets too. Was kind of close to a 500 record, but he had Lonzo Ball and kind of a lot of role players. So he did, or LaMelo Ball, excuse me.
Right.
So he's done good work. Although the record's not there, if you contextualize the teams that he's coached and the improvements that they've made, he's proven to be a good NBA head coach. So I would keep him if I'm the Pelicans.
I like that.
Wow. Once again, brother, you come with so much information, and you're on point with so many things. Without getting you in any trouble, I want you to give an assessment of what Joe Dumars has done since he's been the Pelicans GM.
I'll go ahead and give him credit. If anything, and maybe I'm thinking too small here, but David Griffin had 6 years of Zion and got one healthy season. Joe Dumars has had 1 year with Zion, and he's been healthy. And I came on this very show. I looked in that very same camera and said that all the points about Joe Dumars and Zion was way overblown. Like, he's talking about saving him and, putting him on a stricter diet, not coddling him. Like, I've seen that movie before, and that did not come to fruition. But I'll give credit where credit is due. And I'm not in the building. I don't know how much Joe Dumars actually has to do with that, but he backed up his words. And Zion is showing a better attitude. He has better conditioning, and he's been out on the court. So I'll give him a lot of credit for that. And then the thing that's going to define his tenure now and going forward is the 2 rookies from this year.
Right.
They gave up so much to get Derek Queen. To be real with y'all, that move was kind of ridiculed across the league. It was made fun of. People still are making fun of it. But you've seen flashes flashes. Derek Queen is kind of like a baby Jokic. People have made that comparison. He's got elite vision. He's a very unique player. But it's a concern when DeAndre Jordan is in the starting lineup over him. And the team that's not competing for anything and gave up so much to get him isn't giving him these minutes. And that's been the same with Jeremiah Fears. But at the same time, I think that could be a good thing for Borrego to do because he's not just giving those guys minutes. He's making them earn it. Maybe behind the scenes, they have bad habits. Maybe they don't, try as hard on defense, and we don't see that. But Borrego does. That's why they're not in the games, and that's good. But this last month of the season, I think, is going to be so important for both of those guys because they need to learn how to play in crunch time, learn how to play in these meaningful games, learn how to develop those good habits. So that trade right now doesn't seem like the worst because they've shown flashes, and those two guys are basically their future. But I'd like to see a little bit more consistency this last month or so of the season. And I'd be feeling a lot better going into next year when you don't have a first-round pick in a really loaded NBA draft. So you've seen the potential with those two guys. Maybe it's not a lost cause all the way, but those two guys going forward in the immediate future will definitely define Joe Dumars' career in New Orleans.
I think if I was looking for a phrase, it's full throttle. I mean, in April, they're going to really have to show that, even for the fan base. Like, man, this is a team. They got their coach. Zion's healthy. He's playing good. It's great team chemistry. We got young talent, and we start looking at Fears and these guys and saying that, man, this team gonna compete in the West. Now it's 2008. Now it's we got a good feeling going. If y'all just tune in to Inside the Trenches, baby, we're joined by Mario Jerez. Be sure to follow him on X at Mario_Jerez. Look, what I'm talking about, Spanish radio for the Pelicans. He's done work with LSU. He's also worked with the same Spanish radio, giving a huge perspective on the game and very knowledgeable. Like I always hit him, Mario, ask him award-winning questions here and there.
Sure. He gives award-winning answers. Trust me.
Man, could I just say something right here? Can
Please,
I have the
go
floor
ahead.
to I don't want to say this at the end and rush, but man, I'm very blessed, and you've done such a good job every time I come on here to kind of go through my accolades. I appreciate that, and I'll preface what I'm about to say with that because I know I'm very blessed. I know a lot of people would trade places with me to get some of the opportunities I've had. All that being said, man, the last year and a half or so, 2 years, I haven't had as much stuff popping off in my career. That's now starting to happen. I told y'all I'm going to be the host of Believe on Saints, the Saints podcast on the Believe Network, and I got some other exciting stuff popping off right now. I can't tell y'all about that at this moment. I will soon. I can't say it publicly, but I've got some exciting stuff coming on, and even when I didn't, have daily obligations, when I didn't have as much stuff going on in my sportscasting career as I wanted, you guys always made it a point to have me on this show, and you guys have always respected my opinion. And no matter what I have going on, I will always make time to come on Inside the Trenches. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm very grateful, and I'm very much looking forward to continuing to talk ball with you, gentlemen.
Man, I'm humbled, bro. I appreciate you, brother, because, our relationship goes back to 2015, 2016 when you were with 225 Magazine, and that was a really good write-up, and it was at a time when LSU was in this transitional period about to go into the Ed Ogeron era.
Yep.
So guys like Brandon Harris was doing a great job out there. He's the University of Texas
He
GM.
needs more credit for what he's accomplished in his career,
he
man.
does, bro. That's huge. I mean, go ahead and say it. What, the GM
At Texas,
At
yeah,
Texas,
the
bro.
lead recruiter, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, man.
With all the criticism that guy took, some of it fair, some of it unfair when he played quarterback at LSU, for him to turn around and make the career that he's had at Texas with all the success that they've had. Like, yeah, they hired Steve Sarkisian and all that, but if you look at when Brandon Harris got there and started kind of climbing the ranks, that's when Texas football got relevant again. They were bad, and I'm kind of going on a Brandon Harris tangent here, but yeah, that guy deserves a ton of credit. And the last 10 or so years, man, you said it, 225 Magazine, that feels like 30 years.
It feels, that was right at 10 years ago. That's crazy. I've been knowing you about 10 years, bro.
Given all that's happened in both of our careers and all that's happened with those programs, with LSU football alone, my God. But it's been a pleasure, man, and it will continue to be a pleasure.
Well, brother, we definitely thank you for coming on. The one thing, you're very talented. Obviously, Fave is multi-talented. we still trying to figure out exactly what am I talented at, but I actually know. I'm a great assessor of talent. And when I first met you, I realized how talented you were at this, and that's why I was always so happy to have you on, because you can articulate not only in English but in Spanish the frails and the positives of what we have going on with the New Orleans Pelicans. But I will ask you this one question. How do you feel about the new teams that will possibly be added on in the NBA? The Supersonics, the Seattle Supersonics coming back, and the Las Vegas, whatever they're going to call them. How do you feel about that?
They should be the Blackjacks first before anything. I've seen that name floated around. Okay. We're embracing the gambling. We got dirty NBA players. We got dirty basketball games. Screw it. Just embrace it all. Like really.
The Vegas team.
With Vegas, it's crazy, man, because even you mentioned it. We've done these programs together forever. Like even 5 years ago, that seemed so taboo. Having any sports team in Las Vegas. But you got the hockey team now. The Athletics are going to go there. You got the Raiders now there for years. You got like a whole high school class of Oakland Raiders
0 to 60
in Las Vegas now. Yeah. And now you're going to add the NBA. So it kind of is what it is. I see why so many people have objections. But at this point, I think you better embrace it. And it's going to make a lot of money for the league. Sure. I think ultimately it's going to be a good thing. And as far as Seattle, I'm so happy for those guys, man.
Me too.
I can't imagine, I've been a Pelicans fan my whole life, or since they got to New Orleans from Charlotte in 2002. I was 8 years old. I can imagine being 8 years old, the team leaving, and the team coming back when I'm 30. Like that's
crazy.
That's what Seattle basketball fans have gone through. Right. Or 40-year-olds at the time are now 60 years old.
Yeah.
And there's so much tradition there. Like Sean Kemp, George Karl, all the good teams that they've had.
Gary Payton.
The glove, man. And one thing that's so funny because his son plays, and in Spanish, when it's a son or a little, you add the ito at the end, right? So
right.
Gary Payton was el guante, like el guante, the glove, right?
The glove, yeah.
So Gary Payton Jr. is el guantecito, like the little
guantecito.
Yeah,
I like that. Marlon, guantecito.
El guantecito. But super happy for the people in Seattle, man. Those are some really good fans. That stadium's going to be rocking from the beginning. And when Oklahoma City comes back, that's going to be theater. Because
that's going to be a good one.
People in Seattle root very passionately against the Thunder. So very Vegas, it is what it is. So like I said, you better just embrace that world. I know a lot of people are going to have objections, but ultimately I think that will be a good thing. And Seattle, the NBA back in Seattle is definitely a good thing. Nobody can have the Pelicans. They are not relocating. They were never going to Seattle. But those guys deserve a team, and I'm glad they get their Sonics back.
Couple comments real quick. All right, make sure I'm on the same page, y'all. The Supersonics left and became Oklahoma City.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, now they get their brand back, and now I'm just double checking, and that was early 2000.
That was 2008, around there.
Around that time, I thought so. Yeah, just double checking that. Second, I got a question for y'all. How y'all feel about the Lake Town Squadron? We want to have a D-League team.
I'm so excited. I was just talking about this with Corey Johnson on his show. Like, that has so much potential because of that area. I live in those apartments right there, You have bars, you have restaurants, you have a casino 20 feet away from the stadium.
On the water.
And you can't bet on G League. You can't bet on G League games, people, so don't get any ideas. But you do have a very nice casino there. If you're trying to go with kids, you have a bunch of restaurants and shops and stuff. I feel like it'll kind of be like the Zephyrs back in the day, It's still minor league competition. Nobody playing is going to be household names unless somebody's injured and playing like LeBron did a couple years ago. Right. But it's going to be a really good economical thing for Kenner.
Definitely.
And I think it's going to be a good event for people to go, have some fun, bring their families. Definitely an upgrade from Birmingham, Alabama. So
straight up.
I, for one, am very much looking forward to the Lake Town Squadron gracing my city.
And I'm grateful for it because once again, I'm so blessed to be a season ticket holder. Knowing that the Pelicans actually sent out an email saying that the price will go down 11% coming up this year. But for all the people, I'm obviously thinking of people that's less fortunate than I am. All the people that still want to see basketball and can't afford, and not less fortunate in a negative way, but I couldn't imagine having a family of 4 and trying to pay for them to go to a Pelicans game, and then not seeing a star like Curry or whoever they want to go see because they're sitting down. I couldn't imagine that actually happening. So with the squadron coming in, you still get to see quality basketball. It is bringing economic lift to the end of Williams Boulevard. The casino definitely could use some feet on the ground.
Yeah, that's real.
That actual building has been reconfigured to fit them because it was always used for graduations
and stuff.
So now it has potential to be something else, and maybe certain vendors can get in there. So it's just a potential of potential.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it because, I'm sure they would love to see me show up.
I was gonna say that we're probably gonna end up doing a lot of coverage with them.
Exactly.
Now this is my thing. Okay, so that's end of May, going into June.
I believe so.
And it's 25 games.
I
Something
believe
like
so.
that. Yeah,
It's
I'm
definitely
not
condensed.
versed in
It's
it,
a
yeah.
condensed season. I think it's like between 25 to 50, something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I look forward to it just to kind of echo what y'all saying. It gives us another sport. This is around the time the New Orleans Voodoo will, we will be playing. We'll be right mid-season.
XFL type
XFL stuff. And look, the fans, man, we had 5,000-6,000 fans there, sometimes 7,000-8,000 fans at the Voodoo
The
games.
graveyard was jumping, man.
Yeah, for sure.
When Tyrone Jones was out there catching touchdown passes, it was louder than the basketball games.
It got loud, man. Yeah. I really enjoyed that fan base in the sport. But Mario, before we get you out here, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about LSU. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 coaches that's hitting. You got Jay Johnson. We got Kim Mulkey. Unfortunately, we just lost to Duke. Oh, I'm just want to get upset again. We bring back Will Wade, and we got Lane Kiffin. Man, tell me about that. That's the top 4 sports right there. I mean, I don't must go get into my girl Didi. She cold, Didi bro, and we have legendary coaches on one campus. Tell me about those 4, though.
Okay, so first and foremost, shout out to Flo J. Johnson. Absolute LSU legend. I was so heartbroken for her, all the way down to playing perfect defense against a girl from Duke. Tip your cap to her. She made a very difficult shot over a very tough player. So heartbroken for Flo J, but still had the legendary career, still had the ring to validate it as a freshman. So that was awesome. Lane Kiffin, I loved his words a few weeks ago when he kind of tried to temper expectations, because the expectations should be there for Lane Kiffin. From the start, they should improve from the 7-5 record in Brian Kelly's last season. That is the very bare minimum. But I feel like the rest of the conference is kind of caught up to LSU in the NIL era. Vanderbilt's a really good program. Ole Miss lost Lane Kiffin, but still, Ole Miss being where they are now, I don't think a lot of people would have predicted that a couple of years ago. So LSU's got some work to do, I think, there. The long-term potential is there with Lane Kiffin. I would call my shot now and say they will win a title in the next 5 years with him as coach, but you might have to eat a 9-3, maybe even an 8-4 season his first year. So fans should not think that is out the realm of possibility. And then Will Wade coming back. I'm an LSU alum. I don't cover LSU basketball. I am just a fan. And right now, I'm a very excited fan. Will Wade has proven to win at mid-majors, at Power 4 schools, pre-NIL, post-NIL. I don't want to hear any of that, he can't win post-NIL. He took McNeese State to the freaking NCAA tournament game. And won a game there and had a pretty good season at NC State. Took them back to the tournament, which they haven't been. And their fans are pretty peeved at him right now, rightfully so they wouldn't admit that. But he's won everywhere he's gone. And if you're an LSU fan, with the state of the basketball program, with the little bit of resources that has been given there, you should be flattered that Will Wade wants to come back and coach your basketball program. I think that is a very, very exciting prospect. And the best thing is the expectations won't be sky high. He doesn't have to go to the Final Four. He doesn't have to go to the Sweet 16. Just be competitive. Just get back in the tournament. That would get LSU fans juiced up. It would get the program juiced up. They will invest more into the program, and ultimately, Will Wade can take this program wherever he wants it to go. I really believe that.
Well, believe it or not, I called that. I call Will Wade coming back to LSU, and my question to you is, do you think LSU is ready to play the villain role? Because with Mulkey, Lane, Wade, it's gonna be some hating in Baton Rouge, not in Baton Rouge, but on Baton Rouge.
SEC, yeah.
That's personally that's fine with me. Lane Kiffin can be Hulk Hogan, Kim Mulkey can be Kevin Nash. Like they could just embrace the whole New World Order thing. I'm totally okay with that. And honestly, I don't even think the Will Wade stuff was that dirty. I think it's just a little bit overblown because Lane Kiffin, say what you want to say, but he left Ole Miss at the altar, like in the middle of a playoff run. I could see how people are a little mad at that. But Will Wade and LSU both had to pay a lot of money to NC State to give him the settlement so he could even come here. So I think it's a little bit different, but nothing wrong with being the villain, man. NWO, Miami Heat, LeBron James. As long as the winning comes with it, that is not a problem with me.
Yeah, it is.
No doubt. Well, Mario, brother, we're glad you came back on the show again. We covered a lot of ground. We needed to catch up with you. We're going to get you back on here again next month at some point as Mario's going to be joining us at least once or twice a month, man, to catch up with us. We appreciate that. Mario, bro, talk to them young journalists out there, man. Give them a little hot take.
My hot take, I guess, is just always believe in yourself because that can be hard to do these days, especially for young people. And for what it's worth, man, I love coming to college campuses. There's so much hope. There's so much ambition. So in a field that's very tough, I've lived it the last few years, just keep believing in yourself. Remember why you're here. Remember where you're going. And remember who you are. That would be my advice to the kids.
Well, he's Mario Jerez. Remember, follow him on Instagram, on X, Mario_Jerez. Check him out. Listen, even if you want to check out some of his commentary, you could go to some of our YouTube takes with him. Always giving great takes. Look, you'll see some. He pull a lot of the CLs. He'll say it before it happened, and that's always
CL
a great
strikes
thing.
Again.
All the time, man. Big ups to our production team, Tobi, everybody in there, Hannah, Damian, Spirit. Y'all did a great job tonight. UP, Spin, shouts out to you too, man. Big ups to coming on after us. We got the homie Mac coming on, man. Him and St. Thomas, bro. They gonna come on here and do their show, so y'all be sure to check them out as well. Look at my dogs, man. Y'all be sure to check them out as well because they do a great job.
For sure.
Big ups to all our sponsors as well. Get Gordan. Come on and get it done. The Gordan McKernan injury return is big ups to them. Remember, visit getgordangrads.com. We're giving away laptops for freshmen. Seniors, y'all about to graduate. Y'all will be freshmen in college. Get Gordan wants to get with you. You can also go to their Instagram at getgordan for more information. Also, C Sports Pros, baby. Conquer Sports Pros. Visit csportspros.com if you're looking for sports consultation, if you need a little bit of assistance with training, you want to sharpen your skills and get better, we got you covered like a blanket over there. Remember, visit csportspros.com. And Dr. Kendra, we got to holler at you, Dr. Kendra. I think we got us one heck of a collaboration coming up here. But y'all be sure to check out Health Nut System. You can visit stillbody.org. Right now, she got her Zen 1 products out. Dr. Kendra, I'm back doing a 2 days in the gym. I'm coming to pick up my stuff this week. I'm going to start looking at Memorial Day, you know what I'm saying? I might go muscle shirt. Okay. I ain't going to go G-Unit beater, but, I'm going to keep it going straight up. Big ups to my co-host, CL NOLA. Shouts out to Lil Chris. Mario for coming in with us. And once again, Two Fat Vegans, man. Big ups to our homie, Corey Mathis over at Two Fat Vegans. Remember, y'all go visit them at 1303 Decatur Street, right there in the French Quarter. Let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches. They might put a little extra meat on your hot sausage patty, baby, on your hot sausage po' boy. But big ups to him for coming on. Definitely. And look, same time next week, y'all, 6:30 p.m. right here, Monday on ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube Live. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. Y'all have a blessed week. Hello, somebody. Oh, snap. Oh,